What's going on? What's going on, guys? This is your Average Day Joes. We're back with episode number 2. I'm your host C, and my brother from another mother, Jay.
What up? What up?
How you been, man? How you doing today?
Very sore. Very sore.
Smooth.
Them
So,
hard gym workouts, man, every night you put in that work, so very, very,
right.
very, very sore. This right here, coffee, game changer. Game changer.
Gets you going right for the next day. the next.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
I know. What we doing today? We got to do a leg day, huh? Leg day today.
Leg day tonight, yes. That's
Okay.
gonna be a tough one. That's one of the best days of the week.
Right.
Releases all the testosterone in the body. So that's a tough
Exactly.
one. So yeah, definitely gotta be prepared for tonight. Gotta eat well throughout the day.
Right. Right. And I think it's always important to note that, especially for all the people that do go to the gym and skip legs, that's probably the one thing you shouldn't do. And trust us, we go to the gym and we know who you are.
Right? Yeah, man. Leg day is the most important day of the week.
Most important.
That's in my eyes. It's because you're establishing your whole core and every muscle in your body, especially when you squat. Squatting is the most important workout in the gym by far out of any workout.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, especially when you are going to the gym, if you're going during the daytime, and you can't get in the bars, you might have to delay yourself a little bit and go like around midnight or something, like we do. But
Yeah, there's not going to be too many of those, man.
that's how we're able to do it, to get everything
Uh,
going and get it done. So,
exactly.
but like you said, legs is core, and if you get
Yes.
your legs strong, everything else will follow. So
Yes, everything else does follow suit right after that.
very important, very important. Anyway, so let's get on to today's trends, our trending news of the day. I'm going to start off with my trend that I have, and let me share the screen with you guys. This is going to be 1 second. I'm going to get into this. This is our second day, so just bear with us. We're still figuring all this out, but all right, here we go. So today, what happened was 2 people found dead in landing gear of JetBlue plane after it lands in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The
Damn.
pair was found in a JetBlue flight from JFK International. How that would happen, I guess they were trying to catch a free ride or something, or maybe they worked in baggage claim, like under the plane, like putting in baggage or something, and they just never made it out. I don't know. It says that the authorities are investigating the 2 bodies, how they were found there. I don't think anybody really knows yet. Um, they actually found them during a routine post-flight maintenance inspection, so they were probably sitting there for a minute, which is all bad.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's insane.
but
That the wow,
everything's
that's
under
definitely
investigation,
different.
so they don't
Yeah,
even know
that's
what's happening yet.
there's a lot more to go to that story.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
They
crazy.
don't even know. They don't even know how they access the plane or nothing. So it's terrible, tragic news. This just happened. The thing is that the plane traveled from Chicago on Tuesday on the 24th and landed in Maui. So they don't even know if like they were already in there beforehand or not. Which is, I mean, they might have been there for a minute.
Well, of course,
So,
of course.
yeah, that's sad news. A little bit of the day, but it's the trending news that's happening right now. If you guys haven't seen this one yet, this is what's happening.
That's crazy.
Um, yeah, I don't even know what to say about that, man. Like, R.I.P. to these 2 people, however they got there, but it sucks.
My mind goes many different theories with that, man, because
Yeah. What
that's
do you?
not an accident, man. That's not accidental. But see, that's how
Right.
my mind works. That's definitely not an accident where they were placed and everything.
What is
You
one?
know,
What is one of your theories? What do you think might have happened?
it could be anything. Like definitely where they were placed. Think about that. Like you said, they don't even know when it happened.
Hmm.
So it could be someone that can't even stand JetBlue and like, hey, dude, let's take down this company. Let's throw them in there. You know what I mean? So it had to be someone inside. Think about it. Could have been could
I
have been
got
an employee or something like, hey, and like, dude, they're storing dead bodies in there. That's crazy. That's
So you.
crazy.
So it's kind of like what they did with this whole Elon Musk Cybertruck, how they blew it up, and now all these people are like
Yes,
scared to buy
it,
Cybertrucks. Type thing.
exactly. It's not going to hurt Elon's sales, man. Elon is a master at like marketing and everything.
I know, I
But
know.
but exactly the same thing, like you said. You know what I mean? All people are going to be afraid to buy the Cybertruck. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel like. That whole thing with the JetBlue. Maybe now the person doing that. Oh man, I can't fly JetBlue. No, I
Yeah,
don't want. I don't want to be. I don't want to deal with that. That's kind
I
of
agree.
crazy.
That mess with their money.
Hmm. That's what I'm saying. That's
I, I
crazy, man.
I always tell my wife, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get you a Cybertruck, and she's like, why? I don't need a Cybertruck. And then my number one excuse is it's bulletproof. Like, dude, what other car is bulletproof? You have to pay for all that. You know what I mean? Like, this comes standard on the car. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I wanted to bulletproof my Hummer, and
Exactly.
it's
See,
a
now you don't
good.
need. You can just get a Cybertruck.
That's what I mean. It's like honestly, when I looked into it, it was like 100 to 300K to
Really,
bulletproof
that much?
every panel, windows, everything. So, but
Yeah.
that I looked into that like what, 10 years ago. I'm sure now,
It's fucking.
with it's
Sorry, guys, we're live here. We just lost Jay. There he is. He's
sorry
back.
about that. I didn't even know phone calls could go through.
All good, man.
That's very weird. Are you
uh,
there?
yeah. I see you.
Oh Jesus.
Do you see me?
Oh no.
I'm here too, man. I hear you. I hear you. We lost him. We'll get him right back on live. We're so sorry for these technical difficulties. Here he is right now.
I'm here. Hey
Jay,
man.
you
What
back?
I don't that's crazy, man. It's like the whoever was listening said, I'm gonna call this guy and just ruin his whole stream. Like
Oh,
that
no
was
doubt.
crazy. Usually phone calls they don't do that. Like,
Yeah.
when I'm on these things. That's crazy. That like
Uh,
it kind of tripped me out. I was like, what's going on here?
I know, right? The
Sorry about that.
government's listening to us.
That's what I mean. Like, so
Oh, no. Hey, fun fact talking about like bulletproof and all that. Do you know who is the most like who has the most like bulletproof, secure like entourage on this planet?
entourage?
Like their whole like the people that they travel with, like all the bodyguards and everything, and their vehicles. Like,
The
do you know?
president?
Yeah, as a president of a country,
That's what I mean.
do you know?
Of
And it's not
course.
our president. There's actually a president that's more secure than our president,
Oh
who
yeah, I'd
literally.
say Russia.
Yep, exactly.
I know.
Dude,
I know.
hey, Putin, he literally he has a truck that follows him, and
Yeah.
it has anti missiles on it. So like if a missile got shot at his entourage,
Oh,
then
he would.
an
Yeah.
anti missile would get fired from the truck, and it
Yeah.
would disrupt those missiles.
I would. That's why I assumed it was Russia, just
Yeah,
because I know it makes a lot of sense to me.
I mean, he is a very sought after man, So
Yes, exactly, man. Got to protect yourself somehow.
exactly,
You know.
exactly.
Yeah,
All
man.
right, brother.
What
Let's move
which
on.
actually which leads into, I'm glad you brought that up, because what was trending when I was looking was President Trump. We're
Exactly.
talking about presidents right now.
Yep.
He said he's going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. He also stated that he wants Canada and Greenland to be ours, and he wanted to regain control of the Panama Canal. I'm not mad at President Trump, man. He always sounds like he's for the United States.
Right.
He
Right.
he even talked about implementing the tariffs and everything. I didn't really catch everything he had to say, but I'll read up on it later. But I'm definitely not mad at President Trump.
No,
He
and I
always
mean,
sounds like he's for the American people.
exactly. I mean, and in America, it wouldn't even matter because in America, the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, we're in America, so that would
Exactly.
make sense, and it's not going to affect anybody from any of the Latin
Yeah.
countries like Mexico because they always can have their name. Like that's not going to affect them in any
Exactly.
way, or.
I totally agree.
But I mean, the Gulf of Mexico, it borders a whole bunch of states,
Yeah,
so that
exactly. That's exactly. The whole Canada and Greenland. That's kind of you know. I don't know. I don't know what he really plans with that. You know what I mean?
from
I know
yeah,
Greenland is just basically ice. But
right,
Canada, they have their own thing going on, as you know.
yeah.
You were talking about
Greenland,
Trudeau yesterday.
Greenland as a business, as a business, as like a business strategy, it would make sense to
Yeah.
me with Trump because Greenland has a lot of geothermal energy. They get a
Oh,
lot
they
of their
do.
energy underground. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
and that's like the new gold. That's like the new gold for energy, is
Okay.
getting it thermally from underground, because then it's almost like a renewable substance that you don't have to do much to process it so that it can reach the homes, of
All right. Well, you
Americans.
learn something new every day.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it's about. That's
And,
good.
and
That's good to know.
from what I read with Greenland, I think they're kind of controlled. From what I understand, there's something where they're controlled by Denmark, and they were trying to separate themselves from Denmark because I think
Oh.
it's like one of the closer countries to Greenland.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Which Denmark, I mean, if you look at the statistics of like USA and Denmark, USA,
Yeah.
I think, can take Greenland much further and can help the
Well, of
infrastructure.
course. Of course. You
So
know, I totally agree with that.
yeah, I definitely would not be mad if Greenland will be part of the USA now.
No, of course not. Of course
That would
not.
be kind of cool to go visit Greenland.
I never even thought to visit Greenland, but hey, why
Yeah.
not?
They got a lot of hot springs out there, man.
Do they? Oh,
They're a fun fact. They're actually one of the most fittest people in the world, because they're it's always so cold over there that
oh, okay.
most of the people, they stay indoors and they're just at the gym like 24/7 type thing.
Because
Yeah,
that cold outside.
because it's just that cold. So like a lot of the dudes, especially, they're like spending most of their time at the gym. Yeah,
I can see that, especially if it's cold outside like that.
yeah,
Freezing
yeah.
temperatures. That makes sense.
Exactly. So all right, let's move on to the next subject. Our next trending topic. Let's see what we got here. So the next trending topic that I want to go over is about Facebook, about Mark Zuckerberg, and I guess now, because he is partnered with Dana White, that he's going to be making some changes to everything when it comes to the rules and regulations of Facebook, and the guidelines. They're updating their guidelines all the time. So basically, calling women household objects now permitted on Facebook after Meta updated its guidelines. So if you want to call a woman that you know on Facebook I don't know, what's a household object? So I don't know, like what
Broom.
would you say that, like a vacuum cleaner? I mean, is that
Vacuum cleaner.
can I call my wife, hey, you're a vacuum cleaner, and I'm like on Facebook now, like, or something? I don't know.
I think he's just going with how X is free speech, like Elon, they promote that. So being that Dana White's a part of the board of directors with Facebook, I,
Right.
I get where he's going with this free speech stuff.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny that they use household objects. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I think they're doing it. From what I'm understanding, they're doing it. It says right here, uh, it's more for like the transgender and the non-binary people, because
Oh,
they like to identify as other things, not just as like they or he or
oh,
she. So I think like
well,
you're saying, I think for the whole free speech thing,
oh,
Mark Zuckerberg is doing this to let people identify as a vacuum or whatever they want to be identified as.
okay.
It's all about that free
Okay.
expression.
Yep, I guess so.
But
I guess so.
the good thing is that, with all that said, it says that the systems now,
Uh-huh.
that the censorship systems, they are going to be more focused, not on all the other, fact checking and all that other stuff they were
Good,
doing.
good.
Going to be, it's going to be really focused on extreme violations as child sexual exploitation and terrorism. So
I sure
I
hope
think,
so.
yeah, I think that's the way to go with that. And I
What they
think,
should focus on.
yeah, I definitely, because I mean, honestly, if somebody wants to identify as whatever they want to identify as, it's a free country, and that's why America is beautiful and great, because we are able to do that. Other countries, you can't publicly go out and be with another man or woman, because you're going to have a lot of backlash. You get jailed, and out here,
Stone?
that's the
Yes.
beauty of America. Whatever floats your
Yes.
boat.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
that's it's a good thing. All right. So that was said about the whole Facebook
Very
thing.
interesting.
Move on to the next
All
trending.
right. Yeah. The next one would be the what I saw was the Pacific Palisades fire.
Yeah.
Southern Cal. In California we have a lot of fires. Blessings where I live and where C lives. It's cold here all the time in the Bay, so we don't really have the fires around here. But if you go 30 minutes to an hour north, south, or east, there's always fires everywhere
Yeah.
because of the weather. And
Right.
especially down there in Southern Cal, that there's so many fires because of the wind. So they just put the evacuations in place, over by Santa Monica. And I'm hoping, I'm praying they get that fire under control because it looked when stuff gets out of place down there, it really spreads fast because of the weather and the wind.
And the dry
You know
and everything is super dry out there too. So
exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
I know I'm sure you can see on the screen, right? But they're showing like live images of what's happening right now. You can see that,
Oh, is
right?
that right now? That's live.
Yeah, it's live.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
Wow.
look,
Okay.
from what they're saying, it's up to 770 acres now, and it's going all the way down to the actual like
Oh,
Pacific
geez.
Ocean. You know?
Damn.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty
yeah,
crazy.
it's spread a lot because when I read about it, it definitely wasn't that big.
Yeah.
You know,
What's
damn.
what's crazy too is like these fires, man. They're starting much earlier in the season. Like before, the fires they usually don't start till like July, August, especially when those Santa Ana winds kick in and they go the
Yeah.
opposite direction of what they normally do. Then we usually, and especially in the Southern Cali, they get a lot of fires because of that.
Well,
But man, this is kind of an
well,
early
think
season.
about it. It's winter,
Right. That's what I'm
so
saying.
the fact that it's hot and it's doing that now in Southern Cal, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's bad news for the
not a
summertime.
good look. That's what I mean. That's not a good. Exactly. That's not a good look because, like you said, once it goes towards imagine this is winter, imagine spring, then summer when it's actually hot, like way
Yeah,
hotter. Yeah, that's all bad.
exactly. Well, we pray for
Exactly.
LA and we pray for all the people that are affected by this fire. We
Yeah,
wish
man.
you guys Godspeed, and we hope that you guys are going to be able to come together as a community and help each other
Get it
out
under control. Yep.
and rebuild after all this is said and done.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, these are just a couple. I'm just showing our audience a couple of the pictures that the
Wow.
fire that they had taken, how bad it looks. Like I see, so yeah, if you can see this picture, I don't know if it's all the way
Yeah, I could see it.
already like pretty much at the Santa Monica like pier
That's
and stuff.
crazy. That is
Yeah,
crazy. It's
a
already
lot of
that
stuff.
far.
Palm trees on fire.
Damn.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. A
That's
lot of smoke.
definitely Southern Cal problems, man. That's crazy.
Right, right.
You know,
Well, yeah, it's unfortunate, but it happens, right?
and it's definitely unfortunate. But each coast has their things. We have that and earthquakes, obviously, and then if you're out in the east and south, they have tornadoes,
Yeah,
hurricanes, and that type of weather, obviously. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
just nature.
Really bad
Nature.
snowstorms.
Exactly. That's what I mean. So we're fortunate enough not have to deal with that. So
Exactly.
yeah.
That's crazy. All right, let's move on to our next trending subject. Next trending subject, we have Hulk. We're going to talk about the Hulk. Hulk
The
Mania, Hulk
Hulk,
Hogan, the old Stone Cold Hulk.
Hulkamania. What's up with
So,
the Hulkster?
so this guy, I guess he went back onto WWE Raw to show his appearance.
Wow.
And I don't know what it is with this the new young generation that don't really know how this guy is, or if it's just because of his affiliation with his political beliefs. But man, they boot him off the stage.
Damn.
Yeah, they
Harsh
turned
crowd.
him.
Tough crowd. Tough crowd.
Yeah, it's right. And this was in L.A. out of all places, where you would think that the people would support more of like these, actors and stuff. So
Damn.
yeah.
So that's tough for the Hulkster, man. Damn.
Well, yeah. I mean, basically, they're from what they're saying, it's because L.A. is a liberal city, and I think
Okay.
it's more
Oh, okay.
political for the political beliefs of
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that. The Hulkster is very MAGA. I'll
Yeah.
give you that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Because I guess he did an interview on the Donald Trump's assassination attempt a few months ago
Oh, okay.
with Patrick Bet Davids, the PBD podcast on July
Mm-hmm.
13th. So
Uh-huh.
I think a lot of people like that, they didn't know his political stance. They found out through that interview, and I think they probably didn't like him after that.
I get it. I get it.
So yeah,
I can see that.
it is what it is. Poor Hulk
I can
Hogan, but hey, stop hating on Hulk. He is a Hall
Yeah.
of Fame. This guy's freaking killed his knees and his whole body just for our entertainment purposes. So
This is true.
lay off the Hulkster,
He
guys.
said, "Lay off the Hulkster." I give you that. That's very true. I ain't got no
Exactly.
problem with a Hulkster, man.
Exactly.
Iconic right there. Iconic.
What do you so what was the movie of the day, man? What are you watching today?
Today, yeah, right now, I'm watching Face Off. You know, with
Face
John Travolta and Nick
Nice.
Cage. Oh
Oh,
man,
that's a classic.
one of my favorites. One of my favorites.
Right,
Definitely
right.
was a game changer back in the day. The whole premise of the story. You know what I mean? Like
Wh-
it
wh-
was. Huh?
One thing I really liked about that movie, it was kind of
Uh,
an original. Like, a lot of the movies they're always remaking remakes and remakes, but this one in
Yeah.
particular, they definitely like they kind of went and like made people like, oh my god, like damn, that's crazy that they're
Well, that's why I was saying
basics.
the whole premise of it. Like I like how, the storyline. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, and at that time it was like, oh, damn, thinking about it, like, obviously that technology is here already. But
exactly.
back then it was like, oh, damn, I didn't even think about that. So,
Yeah,
yeah, cool
it's
stuff.
crazy. Like it's crazy this day and age how you see like I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm sure you have. Like on some of the like TikTok videos or whatever, they'll have people like order food or something, and then after
Uh,
they're done, they'll like take off a face mask that they had on, and dude,
yeah,
there is no way you would have been able to tell that this is not that person. You
of
know
course. And
that
that's,
is
yeah, that leads to a lot of other things. But yeah, so. Yeah. Yeah, the mass and the things they're able to make these days they're identical. It's crazy.
it
Like
is crazy.
you said, you would never know if someone was wearing an actual mask and be like, you know what I mean? It's kind of a
Yeah,
trip.
I wonder. I
Kind
wonder
of.
if they would. You think they might do something like that with like let's say if you have a president who's incoherent, who is not able to maybe function normally anymore, maybe from old
Of
age, or
course.
he has like
Of course.
Alzheimer's. You think they would set that up as like a
Of
having
course.
a double for him like that?
Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt, because presidents usually have body doubles. A
That's
couple of
true.
them, couple
That's true.
different ones, especially for assassination attempts. So you never know which one you're dealing with, honestly.
Right. Right.
So I totally believe in that, without a doubt,
Yeah, it's
without a
true.
doubt, man. That's
It's
crazy.
true.
But yeah, I believe that's you know, the world we live in.
Yeah.
Especially when technology it keeps growing. It's yeah, it's shaping up to you. It's really starting to show everything. Let's just say.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. It's great. Have you ever seen that movie? Oh man, I wish I could pull it up. It just came to my head right now. There was a movie with it was you remember Ronnie Piper? Ronnie Piper, that
Who
wrestler? Like
talking about
Ronnie.
Rowdy Roddy Piper?
Yeah, yeah. Remember him?
Uh-huh.
So he did a movie where he had these like special sunglasses, and
Uh-huh.
when he had them on, then certain people in the where he was, he can see him as aliens. But when he took them,
Oh, I think I remember that. I can't
you
remember
remember
the
that
name of
movie?
the movie, but I do remember that. Yeah, I
That
do
was a
remember
crazy
that.
movie, bro. And it kind of made me think about that because you know what I mean. Like, who knows who's like really walking amongst us? But you know what I mean. Like
They
this
have
guy.
that. So that's what I mean. They have that these days, bro. That's what I mean. The whole tech, guarantee you they have all that already.
Yeah,
Because that movie's from way back. I remember that's way back when.
yeah. I think that was like late '80s or maybe even early
Yeah,
'90s,
I'm pretty sure it was 80s, bro. Because
something
that's
like that.
way back when. Because I barely even remember it.
Yeah,
But I know what you're talking about because I remember seeing the scenes you're talking about.
yeah, yeah. That was like one of those movies, like the 1984 movie, where basically
Yeah,
they kind of let people be aware of their
yeah.
surroundings because, like, I don't know if you remember that part where he had the sunglasses on and he would look at like billboards, and then
Hmm.
they would say something totally different than what they really
Oh,
were.
yeah,
Like it would
for
be like
sure.
obey or this
Yeah,
or that. You know what I mean? That was
yeah,
so they really try to like open our human as humans. They try to open our eyes and like what I mean, let us see that
yeah.
it's not what it really seems sometimes.
Well, think about it. Like in all movies in Hollywood, they always portray the future.
Yep.
Not just that movie. Look, remember Demolition Man?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Back to the Future. Everything that was in those movies, it's all coming to fruition. And
Right.
it's been here. And with technology, we just get to see more now. It's not just kept in the government. You
Right.
know what I
Right.
mean? So
I think
Yeah.
the one of the biggest actors that was always that they used for those like subliminal messages and for all those
Mhm.
like future things was
Yeah,
you know who I would say Arnold Schwarzenegger was in a lot of those movies,
for sure.
and I think one of the biggest reasons why was because he had a very thick accent, so they would put him into movies in the beginning of his career where he didn't have many roles of like speech or talking, you know. But because he was like so big and muscular and stuff, so he was
Yeah,
always like an action star.
yeah,
But they would put him in these movies like I don't know if you ever seen The Running Man.
of course.
Yeah, yeah. So
Of
you know what
course.
I
I've
mean?
seen all
Those are
Arnold's movies, man. One of
those
my
are
favorite
all
actors growing up.
right, right. So don't get me wrong, I love the UFC, but man, this is kind of starting to head down that way. Pretty soon, we're gonna have spiked chain with balls, and then we're gonna be
You
throwing it.
never know. You never know, man. That was a good movie, Running Man. I remember that, dude.
Oh
But
yeah,
see, Arnold was in all those type of movies, you know?
yeah,
He was
yeah.
one of my favorite actors growing up, man. You know, there was iconic people like Arnold.
Yeah,
You had
Arnold,
Stallone,
Stallone. Yep, yep,
Arnold, you know, like Kurt Russell, Bruce
yep.
Willis,
Did you?
all
What do you?
icon Harrison Ford, like yesterday we were talking about,
What
you
do
know?
you?
Like,
Were you ever into any of the karate guys like Van Damme? Like that was one of my
oh,
guys.
oh
I
my,
love
are you
Van
kidding me? Van Damme? Of
Damme.
course, man.
That guy was
Bruce
the
Lee,
best.
Van Damme, come on, man.
I know,
Of
I know.
course, man. Come on. Chuck
Hey,
Norris, come on.
hey, but oh, Chuck Norris too, yeah. Hey, but Van Damme in that Kickboxer movie, oh, dude, that was like one of my all-time favorite movies, man.
Kickbox. Oh yeah, kickbox. Okay,
Where
okay.
yeah, like,
Where his brother got messed up.
yep, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Oh yeah, that was a
And
good one.
he went like deep into the forest of Thailand or wherever he was,
Oh
and
yeah.
he started training with that one master,
Well yeah.
the
Remember?
master.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
remember. That
that
was a
was a
good
great,
one.
that was a
That
good
was a
one, man.
great. So Van Damme had all the movies he did. Excellent.
Exactly, exactly.
Excellent.
Time
My
Cop,
favorite. Which one?
Time Cop. I don't know if you remember that
Okay,
one.
so Time Cop was a little. It was good, but it definitely wasn't my favorite Van Damme
Yeah, yeah.
movie.
It was more like a futuristic Van Damme movie. Yeah,
Yeah, they tried to do futuristic, which is cool. It changed up his character a little bit,
yeah, yeah.
you
And for
know.
that era,
So
it was cool to see.
you know.
For that
Oh, of
era.
course, of course.
Yeah.
Like I said, Van Damme, like before Van Damme, you know, Bruce Lee, because I in Van Damme's movie, one of my favorite ones, Double Impact. He had
Uh-huh.
Bolo in it. Do you remember Bolo Young? Like big dude,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
big cat. But he used to be in the Bruce Lee movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So
I think
yeah, it was dope, man. It was cool how they kind of tied those together
right,
growing
right,
up. You know what I mean? But yeah, those I love those the Kickboxer, you know, and all those movies.
right, right.
Really good stuff right there, man.
It's kind of funny because your movie ended, so now it looks like you're like you got a teleprompter and behind you with all the with all the stuff going on.
That's kind of funny, man. That's kind of funny, bro.
uh,
That's a trip, man.
let me ask you, because
Yeah.
you mentioned Kurt Russell, man. That's one of my
Oh
favorite
yeah.
actors.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What was your favorite movie with Kurt Russell?
Oh man, he has so many good ones, man. My favorite Kurt Russell one would be this. This is gonna be a bias because I'm from the Bay. I'd go
Okay.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, okay, okay. That's a good one. That was a good one.
Oh, it was he made the movie just because of his personality.
Right,
He was
right.
hilarious in it, bro.
Oh, I know.
Like that guy just one of my favorite actors, bro.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I,
But
I I
yeah.
would say for me, my favorite movie that he made was I think it was called Universal Soldier.
Universal Soldier.
I think that was the name. Was basically like he was like a
Are you
soldier from another planet, and then I think what happened was they remade the soldiers, like they genetically modified this new group of soldiers, and then basically they like killed off the others, the older generation soldiers, which he was a part of.
I think you're mixing two movies together, bro.
Is
So
it?
Universal Soldier's one of my favorite, but that's with Van Damme, bro.
Oh, okay, okay. Then I
Van
am
Damme
mixing it
and
up.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, Kurt Russell is not. He might be in that one as like a. He's not a main actor though.
No, you're right. I don't even think he's in that movie. I think
Okay,
it's.
yeah, there you go. I was
I think
just
it's
thinking if he could have been a commander in it, but you
yeah.
know, like, yeah, that's why I was like, hold on, Universal Soldier. I remember that one. That was
That was a
great.
good
That
movie
was
though.
excellent. No, that's what I'm saying. That's an excellent one with Van Damme. That's what I mean,
Exactly.
and that's what I mean. That kind of changed Van Damme's thing from like, you know, like you said, Time Cop, and then that, it was going from instead of just martial arts to like different,
Okay. So what I did is I just put Universal because that's what I thought it was, but actually the name I'm looking it up on my phone. The name of
Uh-huh.
that movie it's called Just Soldier. Soldier.
Oh, okay.
So no Universal, just
Okay.
Soldier.
Okay. Just Soldier. Okay. I'll go with that.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
in
I was like,
that was 1998.
yeah. See, that was one of his, and that's what I mean. That's one of the newer ones. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So like, yeah, like so I went with Big Trouble in Little China because, like I said, I'm from the Bay.
Right.
But my other one would have been the one he did with Stallone. It's called Tango and Cash.
Oh, I
Like,
love that movie.
bro, oh my God, bro. Like, and that's what I mean. His personality again, along with Stallone's, made that movie.
Exactly.
Like, dude is just hilarious, dude. He was obviously one of my favorite actors.
That kind of reminds me of like me and you. You're like you would be the Stallone, the Wall Street cop. I would be that. I would be more of that. Like broke, but cop type thing.
Well,
Like
yeah, but end of the day, they were both cops. They were both getting arrested just different ways.
exactly,
You know
and
what
they
I
were
mean?
both
Like,
and they were both competing for like the most arrests and all that.
that's what I mean. But they do it in their own way. You know,
Exactly,
like
exactly.
that's I like that analogy. That's
Right,
very
right.
very good.
That's
But yeah,
funny.
one of my favorites right there, bro.
So yeah.
All
All
right,
right,
bro. You want to
let's
hop to
move
the
on to
last
the next subject.
next trending topic? Yeah, earlier it was kind of a trip, but always try to get some sports in there. But this long-lasting feud for I don't know how long now between between Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, and Dwight Howard. Shaq has been everyone knows Shaq is Superman for ever since he's been playing because of his tat. You know what I mean? And he
Yeah,
decked everything out in his whole career with Superman. And then obviously when Dwight came in the league, he did the whole Superman dunk and try to take that whole persona. And ever since then, ever since Shaq, he didn't take very much liking to that. And ever since then, he's always had bad things to say about Dwight.
right.
Always, And I'm a big Shaq fan. I have nothing against Dwight. You know what I mean? But Shaq was Shaq. You know what I mean? He was like the most dominant force I've seen play because he was so big. Who was stopping Shaq? Nobody.
Nah, nobody.
Nobody stopped. Even Yao. Yao was like 7'6", 7'7", right? And
Right.
he had skill, but even come on, man. No one was stopping Shaq. You know what I mean?
They did have one thing in common though.
Who?
Shaq and Dwight.
What?
They couldn't shoot free throws for the life of them.
Okay, well, come on, man. I mean, it's you have so much domination that you have to have one flaw. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Hey, but according to Shaq and according to me watching those games, and I don't even like the Lakers, but think
yeah.
about it. He made free throws when they counted.
No, that's true. I mean, he was on your team for like a year, wasn't he?
Yeah, but that was back, that was towards the end of his career. You know what I mean? The big Shamrock. Remember, he played for the Suns, Celtics. He played for a lot of teams. That was already past, everything.
Right. No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
So. They got to squash the differences, and they don't have to like be friends, but you know what I mean. I mean, come on, y'all.
Respect.
Y'all were both playing together, like even in like high school sports and all these other sports, they always teach us about sportsmanship and about what I mean, just being part of the team and stuff, So
but also they do teach us that, but also they also teach us about talking, like like they're just trash talking each other. If you can't take some trash talk, like have some, like Shaq is Shaq, dude. He's always been like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look at Shaq and Charles Barkley. They're on NBA on TNT, right?
Right.
Don't you remember Charles Barkley fighting Shaq?
Mm-hmm.
Like throwing the ball at his head. See what I mean? Like they talk trash to each other on the show all the time, but there's a level of like, oh, that's just Shaq being Shaq. Chuck talks it back too. Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's not like they hate each other. You know what I mean? So Dwight, I think, is just a little sensitive, honestly.
I mean, and he's always been like that.
That's what I mean. He's always been sensitive.
And me personally, I loved Dwight as a player. I loved just watching him because he was so athletic, like Shaq. He was a big dude, and he was a beast. Like people could not like shoot or like they wouldn't be able to drive in if he's there. But
Yeah.
Dwight, the difference between him and Dwight was that Dwight was like an athletic version of him, but just not as big as but just an athletic. Like he was very athletic compared to Shaq.
Yeah,
Shaq
I'll
was
give you
just
that.
dominant.
That's what I mean. But before Shaq got huge and dominant, he was actually really athletic.
Was he? Was he
When he
athletic?
was with the Orlando Magic, if
Yeah.
you see his days, he had a Dwight build. And then he just was like, he got in the gym and just, I'm going hard. And then he got
Right.
real big, went diesel on him.
So that makes
Shaq
sense. What
Diesel.
that makes sense. What Kobe said then that if he had the mindset like Kobe to train like Kobe, that they
Yeah.
would have been like the greatest duo ever type thing. But I think at that stage of his career, he probably was like, I don't need to, like, I'm already a dominant player. I don't need to
That's what
train.
I mean. Shaq was already like, yeah, he was already like, dude, hey, who's stopping me?
Yeah,
Nobody. So
exactly.
he already had that in his head. And
Right.
I get what you mean. Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
RIP. Yeah, Kobe always had that extra training, So
R.I.P.
yeah.
One other thing about Dwight, though, I think where I did lose respect for him as a Laker when he was on the Lakers already, because I was watching his whole career, but then when he
Yeah.
became a Laker, I don't know what happened, but I don't, and I know you remember this, but man, he would like literally start like fouling people, and then they would both like fall to the ground, and then he started poking them in their booty holes, bro, and that's where I lost respect, bro.
I
Lost
can't
respect.
right now. I can't. That's hella funny. That's a I do remember that, man. That's
Yeah, man.
well, because remember, he had that I don't want to go into too much detail, but he had that thing with the transgender.
No, I know, I
Remember?
know.
So when that came out and then the whole booty hole thing poking, I was like,
Right,
like I'm not it's not my place to judge.
right.
So I don't know, like I said, I don't know Dwight personally. I don't know much about his personal life. But so that was that whole time that happened when you heard about it, a lot of that was coming out with a lot of different things, hence the whole now Diddy stuff, So
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't dive into any of that. That's what I mean. That's a whole nother scene, whole nother like, okay, just hey, I heard about it. Hey, cool. Hey, to each his own. That's what I say.
I just can't imagine like the other player that happened to like getting up after that foul and like why is did I just get like finger raped by Dwight Howard, like what I mean, like what do you how do you even go about like what I mean, like processing what just happened to you
I'll tell
on the
you
court.
this. If anyone did that to me, my immediate reaction, I'd be thrown out because I would have punched someone in their face.
Oh,
I would have been like, "Are you crazy?" Boom. They would have just got right to the face because
right.
I'm not into that.
That's
Obviously,
funny.
like, I would have felt violated. You know what I
Oh,
mean? So I'd been like, "Are you crazy?" Yeah. So like like I said, so yeah, I do remember that whole incident though. I
that was
totally
crazy.
forgot about it until you brought it up. I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
that was crazy. That's where I kind of lost my respect a little bit. I
I
think he
totally
is.
get it.
Yeah. He's definitely like one of the best players that for his position and all.
No,
But yeah,
no.
man, he
Don't. See, I'm with Shaq. Don't go there.
right
Don't
for
go
sure.
there. Dwight is not. You can't put Dwight on the list of Shaq, Bill Russell, like all the best. Dwight was not one of the best
No,
centers. Don't
definitely not on that level. Not on that level. But
exactly. That's what I mean.
for what he was, especially when he was like on Orlando, like he brought that whole team up because Orlando wasn't all that good at that time, so he was like probably their best player in a way.
Well, I would sure hope so if
Yeah,
that big and athletic.
right,
But
exactly.
yeah, man.
All right, man. Let's move on out of this Dwight Howard situation. It's crazy. It's crazy. So we're gonna do like a health segment today, and want to talk to you guys a little bit about the power of fasting. So I'm a big believer in fasting every once in a while, and fasting has been known throughout the ages. Like it's in almost every religious book. There's always some kind of mention about fasting and what the benefits of fasting are for us as humans, especially this day and age when the food that we intake A lot of it is GMO type food, and if it's not, then it could have been processed, with a lot of chemicals or whatever. So I think that this is a subject that we want to get into with you guys today, and just let you guys kind of give you some hope that if you guys ever are feeling sick, or if you ever feel like you might need to see a doctor, but it ain't something like an emergency, and you would want to try to maybe heal yourself first before, then this is kind of what we want to talk to you guys about, is just the benefits of fasting. And I'm actually going to do a fast myself starting today. I haven't eaten anything, and I'm not going to eat anything. I'm going to go actually on a 44-day fast, which I don't recommend anybody do without proper technique and supervision. I've done it in the past before, and I've definitely failed. I had to learn from my mistakes, but I will try to guide you guys in the best way I can. Shoot, we lost Jay again. There we go. There we go. You back. You back. We lost you for a second. Oh, no. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. We'll try to get him back on as soon as we can. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep going, though, with what I'm saying. So let me pull up the benefits of fasting, okay? Because I want everybody to see. I just don't want to. Okay, let me pull up the benefits of fasting for you guys. Oh, here he is. Get Jay back on. Get Jay back on. Yo, you back? Can you hear me?
Hold on.
Can you hear us? Sorry, guys. For all the watchers, we got him back. We got him back. We back. We back.
Hold on.
Okay.
I can't hear anything because I don't know what we're talking about today, but all the government keeps calling. So I'm like, man, hold on.
Oh no, they're trying to
1
interrupt the
second.
stream now.
It's killing it, man. I don't like that it's doing that. Hold on. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Do your thing. Do your thing. But yeah, that's basically what we're just talking about, is the whole fasting thing. Here he is again. Let's get him on. Get him on. We back. We back.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't hear anything because it's not hold on.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've done fasting previously before. It's something that you definitely need to know a little bit about, because if you don't, then your body will shut down if you're not doing the right technique of fasting. Let me just get this guy back on, because I can't show you guys the other screen, and then if he's trying to get back on, I won't be able to see that he's trying to get back on. So let's just wait for Jay to get back on. So we got him back, but yeah. Okay, I'll probably just be able to hear him. All right, here he is. Let's see if we can get him going. Yo.
Yeah,
Can you hear us?
I'm gonna have to deal with it without it, man. It's not.
Okay.
You can see me, right?
Yeah. Can you hear us a little bit though?
Um,
Somewhat.
somewhat. Hold on. Somewhat.
Okay.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
Good.
Yeah, it's not in my my beats,
Right.
So,
Right.
but I can hear it. I can hear it what I can from the my iPhone.
Okay. All good. Okay. So let me go through with you guys before I talk more about the fasting. Let me just give you guys the top 10 health benefits of fasting. Number one, does support hormones and genes that influence metabolism. So especially if you're overweight and you're trying to lose weight, when you fast, basically it's going to speed up your metabolism. And then once your metabolism gets speed up, then it's all like muscle memory. And then it's going to stay that way as long as you maintain a good diet after you do finish your fast, if you don't go back to doing the same thing. So that's the number one thing about the benefit of fasting. Number two goes hand in hand. It'll support your weight loss as you're doing it. Fasting also supports blood sugar management. So I personally know people that had like type 2 diabetes. They started fasting and they were able to reverse their diabetes, which is crazy, because if you look up in like any kind of medical doctor, or if you look it up anywhere, um, medically, they won't admit that fasting will be able to reverse diabetes, but it does. And I personally know people who have reduced their diabetes by doing fasting. Number four, it does support your gut health. So, we do have bacteria in our guts, and we have good bacteria and bad bacteria, and we also, if we're eating just anything, we're gonna have parasites in our bodies as well. So when you do a fast, especially like me, I'm gonna do a 44-day fast. Your body starts churning against you, and you're able, like, against your like fat cells, and it basically eats the bad out of your body, and basically eliminates parasites, it eliminates inflammation, it eliminates bad bacteria in your gut, and it kind of reverses your body to start healing itself from within. Number five, supports your heart health. I do know this for a fact that it does work. You got to remember one thing: disease. When people say disease, a lot of people would think that when you say disease, that's something that you have and you can't get rid of. Like, oh, I have a disease, heart disease. But if you break down the two words, disease, it just means you're at dis-ease. Your body is at a dis-ease. But it doesn't mean that what you have is a dis-ease in your body is a disease that you cannot reverse. You're just at a dis-ease of your body. So you got to sometimes look at the wording and break it down a little bit, because it could be a little bit, it can make people think otherwise, that it means something else than what it really is. But yeah, may help disease prevention. And like I said, all this what I'm reading right now is from like good food, is from like a medical journal thing study, and it's going to kind of sugarcoat how good and extensive it can really help you. This is more just like it's kind of sugarcoating everything. So number seven, it can delay your aging and support growth and metabolism. So again, it will help with your metabolism, and by doing that, your aging process, especially like if you drink a lot of like alcohol or beer, people that do that, they're also a lot more stressed usually in life, or they're drinking for a reason to take that stress out. So what I would say in the delay of aging is you're going to be more in the present and not have to like drink your problems away or any kind of drugs or whatever. And and people who are fasting are also known to kind of be more calm and in the moment, because you're staying away from all other substances that you might otherwise take to kind of drown away the stress or the pain that you have within. So it definitely would support in delay of your body naturally aging. Number eight, uh, may reset your circadian rhythm. I might have just murdered that word. I don't even know what that word really means, but and it does. It's talks about again how it directly influences the gut microbiome. So it'll change your levels of chemicals and molecules. So it'll help in resetting your circadian rhythm and benefit conditions like obesity that are associated with disordered body clock. It'll also, number nine, support your brain function. It supports, this has been a study on animals, and fasting may protect against and improve outcomes in Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, as well as improve brain function by supporting memory and brain processing. So, I mean, look, guys, if you have somebody like your mother or somebody in your family who has Parkinson's or Alzheimer's, there is not a lot of hope out there for people. And just having this kind of knowledge, I mean, why not try? If everything else failed, I would say go ahead and try it. You know what I mean? Let whoever has that in your family, like, let him fast for like a week and see, like, you can see for yourself if that would maybe, like, if that helps them, if you're going to see some kind of improvement in your loved one or somebody that you know. So yeah, I mean, this has been a study that's been done, and it's definitely improves the outcome of Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. So that alone is already such a huge benefit of fasting. Number 10, and the last one I'm going to talk about, is it may reduce anxiety. So obviously a lot of people this day and age, with our cell phones and the fast-paced life that we're living, it's going to reduce your anxiety, your depression, and it's going to make you into a better person. So this is something that I've done in the past. Like I said, I've had I had problems with I had heart pain before, and that's just because I was stagnant. I wasn't really eating right at all. I was drinking a lot. I was smoking a lot of weed, and I definitely started feeling it after years of just neglecting myself. And once I started doing the fast, then literally within 40 days, all my problems were gone. I felt better than I've ever felt in my life because I was just getting rid of all these toxins that I had inside me. Jay, have you ever tried fasting at all or not?
Mm, during cut season, I fast but it's not like you. During cut season, I fast from like basically I have my first meal, say at like 9, 10 at night,
Uh huh.
and then I go to the gym, and then I don't have my next meal until the same time the next night.
Okay. And like
Fasting is a lot of clarity, a lot of clarity.
and when you when you do that as opposed to just your normal schedule, you do get a lot more clarity. You would say, like, is there any other benefits that you would say you notice when you're doing that or not?
Well, I mean, it's like I drop weight really fast,
Really
you
fast,
know.
right?
I
Yeah.
know it's healthy for you, you know what I mean? So I do it
Yeah.
during cut season, which is cool.
Right.
Like it's not like it messes up my anything, you know. It's just
Exactly.
but I also eat very well because I cook, so
Exactly.
you know.
Which we will show the people the Chef with Jeff episodes. Let the people see the cooking of the skills of Jay over here.
hmm
It's gonna
You
be
got
nice.
it. It's important to feed your body good stuff, man. You know,
Exactly.
feed your
Um,
body good stuff, vitamins. It's very
right.
important.
Right. It's very important. And fasting, I'm not saying everybody should do it. Some people don't need to do it, but if you're definitely feeling
Yeah,
sick if you're feeling sick in your body, and if you're having some kind of pain in your body, or if you're just depressed and you just want something different, I definitely feel that it's something that everybody should try at least one time. Because like for me, I was diagnosed with GERD a long time ago. GERD is like just basically having like constant heartburn no matter what you eat. If you're eating bad, even if you're not eating that bad, but if the food is if it's somewhat on the acidic side, you'll definitely feel it. And I've had it to the point with my GERD, it was very severe, where my whole throat would hurt, and it was hard for me to even like swallow sometimes, and it was like crazy because I never had this kind of feeling before. But yeah, as soon as I started fasting, all these problems they got reversed. So even if the doctors tell you no, it can be reversed, I definitely would try the fast first and then let your body heal itself. I think that's the most important thing. This day and age, these doctors have a pill for everything. But I mean, if you look deep down within the medical establishment, I mean, doctors, they can't even heal the common cold yet. So let alone any other problem you guys have, you're going to get a pill for it that you might have to take every single day for the rest of your life, but it ain't going to solve nothing. You're going to still have that. It's just going to be masked by the pills that you're taking. So yeah, I think fasting is very important for all the people that, definitely don't feel good and you guys want to better yourselves. Then fasting is the way to go. I do have a video because I am starting today. I want you people to know I'm starting a 44-day fast. I'm not going to eat anything for 44 days. I'm just going to drink natural spring water. I'm going to be documenting all this with Jay. I'm still going to be going to the gym and working out, but I am going to be cutting now. I still have a little bit of a belly. I'm at. Here's a little picture. This is. I weighed myself today, so I want to show you guys where I'm at. Let's see. Are you able to see this, Jay? This picture I just put up, or no? Do you see that?
no, I don't
Okay,
see
let me
any.
see. I don't know if I can actually share that because it's not a tab on the screen. Let me see if I can share that picture or not. Oh, shoot, it's not. Windows. Let me see. Oh, yeah, yeah, I got it. Okay. Can you see that, Jay?
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, this is where I'm at right now. When I started working out about 2 months ago with Jay, I was at about 255. I'm 6 feet tall, so I definitely feel like I'm a little bit overweight, maybe a lot overweight. But I have been turning a lot of this fat into muscle. So now when I go on and I did it on purpose because now when I do go on my fast, I'm going to be able to have like the fat that's coming off of me is basically just going to show the bulkiness of my muscle. And it's not going to be a big muscle because obviously I'm going to lose a lot of my muscle that I have now, but I'll definitely still be able to keep some kind of form of shape, with the muscles that I do have. So, yeah, that's my weight right now. That's where I'm at. I just weighed myself today. And I want to show you guys, this was from a month ago before I started working out. I just want to show you guys the process I went. I went into CVS, and they have those machines where you put your hand into and it takes your blood pressure, and then it gives you like a reading of your blood pressure and all. So I just want to show you how bad my blood pressure was at one point in time. Let me see if I can even pull this up or not. Let's see. You can't see that, Jay, could you? Can you see this
No,
video? Let me see if I can.
no, I can't see. I can't see any of it.
Okay, I got it. I got it. Yeah, this is all learning to us too. So,
For
okay,
sure.
you can see that though, right?
Now I can see it. Yeah, I can
Perfect.
see it now.
Let me show you guys. So this is me. I just going into CVS. This is about a month ago. So test your blood pressure. This is me. I tested my blood pressure. So yeah, systolic pressure and your diastolic pressure basically is going to let you know if you're pretty much at the point of diabetes or not, and where you're at, where you stand with your weight, and where you're at right now, with how you eat and how you're taking care of yourself. And I'm sorry that it's sideways, but the numbers are the same. You'll see the numbers when they pop up. There you go. So that's my numbers. If you can see,
Oh
I
boy,
have stage 1 hypertension,
Jesus.
stage 1 hypertension on both systolic and on the diastolic.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
pretty high.
literally, yeah, that's really bad. I'm literally like one tier away from being full blown diabetic, or I was before I started like working out.
Yeah.
So this is where I was at. Once I finish my fast at the 44th day, I'm actually going to go back and do this again, and I'm going to show you guys the improvements that fasting alone will do, and how this chart is just going to crazy be totally different than what it is now just by doing a simple fast and losing some weight by fasting. So that was that. Just wanted to show you guys so that that you guys know what we're talking about, when it comes to this whole fasting thing. Um, One other thing I do want to talk about that not a lot of people mention is the spiritual benefit of fasting. So when it comes to done and said, us humans, we are all energy. Like, you are an energy. Once you die, energy, it cannot be destroyed. You don't cease to exist. You will exist. It just not might be on this earth, on this plane. And I mean, according to people's religious beliefs, a lot of people might think differently. This is just my opinion, and everything that I stated about my fast, I want you guys to know that I am not a medical doctor. So don't do what I do just because I'm doing it. Always seek professional advice from your doctor before you do anything. That being said, I just want to get it out there in case one of you do something like that and you hurt yourselves. This is not coming back on us. That's why this warning is here. But yeah, that being said, spiritually wise, if you do fast, your body, because it's turning on itself and it's eating away, you're going to be vibrating at a much higher level than you would if you're just eating regular. You're going to be at a higher vibration, and with a higher vibration, what you can do with that, and you'll see if you guys do this yourselves. But when I was on a higher vibration after my fast, I was literally able to manifest things into my life much quicker. Like law of attraction, energy attracts energy, good energy attracts good energy, bad is bad. So you'll see for your guys' selves, and maybe some of you, if you guys want to put in the comments, if you guys have it, if you guys done your own fast before, we want to hear from you guys. We want to know what your guys' take on fasting was, if you guys felt better. But yeah, definitely one thing I do notice when I do fast is you can make this world that you're in right now a friendly place for you, and you can literally manifest anything that you want on a much faster level than you would ever be able to if you weren't fasting. I don't know, Jay, you had any input of that? I know you don't exactly have the same belief in fasting that I do, because you're all about, what I mean, working out and all, and you always like to get
Well,
big. But
I'll
yeah, what
tell
do you?
you this. I'm pretty locked in, and I've been
Yeah,
blessed enough to manifest everything into my life. And
right,
I'm
right,
definitely not someone who fasts only. That's what I mean. I only fast during my cut season. But yeah, I have my belief is that if you're just locked in and focused, you can manifest anything you want.
Exactly.
I don't necessarily say you have to fast to do it, So,
Right, right.
but like I said, everyone's different.
Definitely.
So,
And I think in your case, it's a little bit different too, because you have been working out your whole life.
yeah,
So I feel like your vibration would already be on a higher level than a lot of people's, because,
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
That makes
your
sense.
metabolism is faster, you're processing
Yeah,
your food much quicker. So I
yeah,
definitely feel like your manifestation that you do, and we've talked about this before in the past, because I know we both kind of do agree on the law of attraction,
of
but I
course.
feel like for you, being able to manifest things quicker in your life as well is due to the fact that you've always been active,
Locked
and
in.
always,
Yeah.
you don't go out and eat McDonald's every day.
Nope.
You cook for yourself. You cook a lot of
Vitamins.
good food, vegetables.
Yeah.
You eat a lot of,
Always.
you take a lot of good nutritional supplements like Irish
Always.
sea moss, for example, which,
Always.
yeah. So I definitely feel that being said, that has helped you in your journey of manifestation as well.
I'll give you that. But that's what I mean. That I feel like all that goes with being locked in,
Yeah,
like just
exactly,
really being focused, because I
exactly.
take different vitamins each day,
Yeah,
depending, and I eat different things every day. That's what I
right.
mean. I feed my body exactly, different things each day and different vitamins because you got to take care of your body, especially if you're working out, breaking it down. You need to be very keen on what you feed yourself.
Right, right.
Have a
And
high water intake, very
yeah,
important, you
exactly,
know.
exactly. And you
Yeah,
learned the hard that water intake. You learned the hard way, right?
I did.
I
I
remember
I did.
your
Yes.
Gatorade was your water for a minute there, until we had to change it
Yeah.
up.
That was hard. Yeah.
I know,
I don't even
I
want
know,
to talk about that one. That was tough, man.
I know, I know. We won't get into that too much too.
Exactly. Too, too
Maybe
much
on a
club
later
too
date,
much clubbing with those days.
right? Later on, if you guys want to hear the story of what happened to Jay after
Oh
after
yeah.
after after him supplementing water every day for Gatorade, he might share that story. Just put in the comments that you want to hear that story, and he might share it later. I don't
Not
know. That's
just
on him
Gatorade, just Gatorade, soda, alcohol, all the
though.
club
Right,
scene, because I worked in the club scene for a lot of years. So
exactly.
yeah, man.
But the one thing I do respect, and you are like me in the sense of, we don't go to the doctors unless it's like an
Yeah,
medical emergency. So because of that, we've
yeah,
always been able to kind of gauge our own bodies and what it tells us, and we're
always.
able to kind of adjust to what our body is telling us to be able to heal
Yes.
ourselves internally from within.
I totally believe in all. I've only been in the doctor maybe twice in like 20 years. That's
Exactly,
it. That's
exactly.
it. Literally twice. That's it.
Yeah,
And
no, I'm the same.
literally, yeah, no, literally 20, we'll say 20, yeah, twice in 25 years. That's it.
Right, right, and that's good. I mean, that's the way it should be. We as
Yeah.
people, we know when we're not right. We know when we're
Hmm.
in pain, and I feel
Yeah.
like you should definitely, before going to any doctor, you should definitely try to heal yourself. And
Always.
I don't, Jay, did you see that? Did you see? I think it was Dana White who did this whole interview after he went to his doctor, and he was like, "I'm never going to the doctor
Yeah.
again." You seen
Well,
that, right?
he said he specifically said, I will never go just for any little thing. If I have a broken arm, I'll go.
Exactly.
But for anything health related, nutrition, he's like, I will never go and listen to anything they have to say. And
Exactly.
imagine Dana White's someone we're talking about big money. And
Big
if
money.
he's saying stuff like that, come on, man. That says enough. Like
Yeah.
he's like, if I have a broken leg, sure, I'll go to the doctor.
Right.
But for things like what we're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I know we on that right track.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
That's
So,
right. I saw that interview too.
yeah. Yeah.
I
And I
remember
mean,
that.
this guy is around people who are training their whole lives to
Yeah.
fight, and they're in like the best shape of their lives. So
Yeah.
he knows some of these methods and what to do with himself. So I feel like once the doctor told him some BS about his life expectancy, he
Yep.
went on his own, and he's like, no, I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen, and I'm gonna do the right thing by healing myself, and not
Exactly.
listening to what these doctors are saying.
Of
So,
course.
you know,
Of
but
course,
you're
man.
you're definitely right. I mean, if you ever have to go to the doctor, in my personal opinion, I believe that doctors are good for one thing, and that's for being able to fix you if you have a broken bone
Yeah,
or if you sprain something. Then I would go to the doctor as well, because you're obviously not going to be able to fix your own bone unless you have some kind of
exactly.
medical knowledge of what you're doing.
Well, the crazy part, I believe, in a lot of movies, like we always talk about, they're gonna have that technology,
Yeah.
to where you'd be able to lay in you know, capsule, and
Oh
then
yeah.
it'll be able to heal you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's in a couple movies. There's one called
That's my
Elysium with
favorite.
Matt
One of my
Damon.
favorite movies, man.
Oh, so there you go. So Matt Damon, you seen that movie?
Elysium.
Yes. So basically, you remember when they had like any type of disease or anything or whatever
Yeah.
it may be, they laid in the capsule, boom, healed.
Right. Right.
We're gonna have that technology. I don't know if it's gonna be in our lifetime, but definitely we're trending towards that. Toward the
Yeah.
future.
And I
You
mean,
know. So
what do you think though? Because with the advanced technology that we have now, that they're actually hiding from us, and it's a known fact that whatever new technology is coming out now,
yeah,
usually the American military has already been using it for 20
yeah,
to 30 years
for
before
20,
us.
30 minimum. That's what I mean.
So
So I don't think they have that honestly, but I believe they're working towards it.
okay, okay,
Definitely working towards it because I read all these articles about immortality. Because
right,
imagine when we're half AI. You know what I mean?
right.
We're gonna be, there's already people back in the day like Walt Disney and them that remember they froze themselves.
Yep,
You know,
yep,
you know
yep.
what I mean? To when the technology comes, unfreeze me and then boom, like in Demolition Man.
Right,
You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah, there's technology's crazy, man. But imagine when we're half AI. Remember Avatar? You
yep,
know, who
yep.
knows how it's gonna be?
Oh, I
You know
know.
what I mean?
I know.
So there's a lot of things that are in play that
Right,
only certain people know about.
right.
You know,
That's
so
true. That's true.
yeah, man.
All right, man. So that's enough of the fasting talk. We just wanted to
Yeah,
let you guys know, because, like I said, our foundation for this channel for Average Day Joes is health, wealth, and happiness.
damn
So we
right.
definitely want to give you guys every day some alpha, and we want to give you guys not only courage, but we want to give you guys hope. If you are sick, if you have lost your hope, we want to let you guys know that there is alternatives that you guys can do to be able to heal yourselves and be able to live the life that you always dreamed of, by if it's manifestation or by going to the gym and just making yourself better from within that way. There's many different ways of fixing yourself, and we're here. We're going to give you guys the alpha on it, and whatever guys questions you guys have, like I said, between me and Jay, we got, I mean, both of us together, we have about 42 years now of experience. So yeah, man, if you whatever you guys want to talk about, we definitely can help you guys out. We're both on together, but on different sides of the spectrum, and we can help you guys. So that being said,
Anytime.
let's go to our last but not least traditional conspiracy theory of the day. And Jay is going to take this one on because I did
Yeah,
mine yesterday.
today I figured, so people could chime in. The conspiracy today will be about the whole Kardashians. The Kardashian past. How they had a woman ancestor in their past that sacrificed her soul to four witches. And it was taking place in Armenia. And so all the women in her bloodline, would have fame, fortune, and beauty. And then all the guys, as we have noticed throughout the years with Lamar Odom, Scott Disick, Pete Davidson, Kanye, even Bruce Jenner, like we've seen what happens to the guys in the whoever's with the Kardashian. And it's kind of crazy. I don't know how you feel about it, but man, it trips me out. You know what I mean? Like, if you say a Kardashian, say I was on those levels and the Kardashian wanted to be with me, I don't know, man. I may have to be like, no. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like there's some. Don't get me wrong. They're great looking, but man, I'm not trying to be a part. I'm not trying to be a part of that whole, sacrifice area. you know, like
Oh,
like you see the trends with all the guys, man. It's all bad.
I
That's some
know. And
scary
it's
stuff,
funny.
man.
It's funny because the media tries to spin it as, like, you see right here. It's even highlighted. to begin, mental illness such as Kanye's bipolar illness and Lamar Odom's drug addiction are
Right.
nobody's fault. Like, no, that's the
Right.
Kardashians' fault.
Yeah, man. That's what I mean, man. It's a trip, man. It's a trip if you actually, you know what I mean? Because like, yeah, it just trips me out. Like, Lamar, successful basketball player. You saw what happened. Scott Disick was a good businessman. You saw what
Right,
happened. You know
right.
what I mean? Bruce Jenner, for crying out loud, he was an Olympic hero, and
Yeah,
he's changed his whole everything.
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
said with Kanye, like man, yeah, it is crazy, crazy
And,
stuff.
and just to be clear, we have nothing against like the transgender community or nothing. That's
Not at all.
we definitely what we our whole philosophy is whatever floats your boat type thing. So whatever you guys want to do with your guys' selves, that's on you. We're just
Always.
we're just literally speaking about what happened to all these, because it's not just like one guy, it's a bunch of people, and that all
Yes.
dated like one of the Kardashians, that something happened to them that's like out of the ordinary, like it's just like crazy stuff that happened, that's
Literally, that yeah, like it doesn't get. It's nuts to me that whole the whole conspiracy with that.
yeah, exactly. It's crazy, but there's definitely something there with it, I believe. But is it a witchcraft? Is it is it them just being so powerful women that the guys just can't hang with them? But
I'm not going with that.
that's what I'm saying. This is just kind of what the media is trying to portray. But I mean, if you think about it, Kanye West is a pretty powerful man himself. So for him to
Obviously, billions. You know
billions,
what I
right?
mean? Like
Right.
billions. Yeah.
So
Like I said, man. Yeah.
I definitely don't feel like it's all because of they're just these powerful women, and these
Yeah.
guys just can't hang with them, because I feel
Yeah.
like
I'm not going with that, especially to like the guys like you said they were all high positions, man.
yeah,
They're powerful themselves.
exactly,
So yeah, I'm definitely going with the whole curse.
right, right.
The whole thing from the past of sacrificing.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because I read that whole story too, and it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy because there is like some kind of record or something of that happening actually, where they
Yeah.
sacrifice things where to
Yeah.
get them
Crazy.
to get to where they're at now.
That's what I mean. You know how it works. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the world. So
There's only one guy that kind of escaped the whole grasp of the Kardashians.
who?
The one that got Kim famous from the very get-go. he
Hey,
escaped.
I don't know. I don't know, man, because after that, his career kind of went.
That's true.
Like I don't hear much from him.
Was
I
that
don't hear
more
much from him.
because I feel like he had that one hit wonder type song, and then after that he never really came out.
Nah. Come on, man. Ray J did his dude. He did his thing, and
Yeah,
then his music career just started declining. He was in some TV reality stuff, but
right, right,
I haven't heard anything in his thing. He tried to come out with some little headphones. I remember Raycons or whatever,
right.
but that's it. I haven't heard anything. Maybe he just, I don't know. I didn't hear anything bad that happened to him, but like you never know.
So,
But he's definitely out of the whole limelight, the whole
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
You
So
know,
in other words, you're saying he should have stuck to the music game.
uh, I would have. He tried. You know, he
Right.
tried, but I mean, I don't know. Like he wasn't deep in with the Kardashians, but he
Yeah,
definitely, he definitely helped out with them. You know what I mean?
definitely. For sure. For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think this is it for today. We gave you guys all the alpha for the trending topics today. We gave you our conspiracy theory of the day, and we're also doing this whole fasting segment. So stay tuned, stay with us every day, Monday to Friday. We're going to be putting on these live shows for you guys, 2 p.m. usually our time, West Coast time.
Yes.
And besides that, yeah, man, we appreciate everybody for watching. Drop your comments, likes. Please subscribe to our channel. We want to, reach and engage in the community, and we want to be able to help you guys as much as we can, and give you guys laughter, joy, everything, just to make your guys' day a little bit better, And,
Always,
we want
always.
you guys. So
That's blessings.
blessings and peace, and we wish you guys all the best, and pretty much until tomorrow. Any
All right.
last words, Jay, or?
Health, wealth, and happiness, man. It's a daily. It's a daily.
Health, wealth,
You
and
know what I
happiness,
mean?
guys. That's what it's
Stay
about.
focused.
Exactly. All right, y'all. Well, have a good one. Till tomorrow.